How's it going, everyone? This is Maximilian, and you're watching episode 5 of Modern Warfare 3, The Online Warrior. So a lot has happened in Modern Warfare 3 over the past few weeks, over the scope of the last few episodes of The Online Warrior as well. In the last episode we talked about the best game modes, and in the episode before that we were talking about the patching of weapons and what they specifically did to the FMG Akimbos and to the Type 95. And from those videos, I was hoping that they were going to take things a step further into the balance department, to actually go look deeper into other weapons, hopefully take a look at shotguns, things like that to give everyone a more balanced experience. Even though Modern Warfare 3 is pretty balanced, there's just a few things that gripe a lot of the community. And it looks like they're really paying attention, so this is kind of crazy. Usually Infinity Ward is one to just leave the guns alone. Not much changed in Modern Warfare 2 besides them patching the Akimbo 1887s when the game first came out, the Javelin glitch and stuff like that. Most of the weapons remained the same. The infinite range on the Silence UMP stayed the same. The damage and range on the FAMA stayed the same, so we were thinking that this was going to not change from Modern Warfare 3, that we'd get the same weapons, but it looks like they are actually paying attention. I'm going to use reference to a recent tweet that came from 402 back on January 4th, and he was asked by a follower if they were going to do anything to Assassin, the Strikers, the FMGs, the MP9s, the Type 95, or shotguns. And he actually responded that they're not going to do anything about Assassin. He thinks that Assassin is a balanced perk, which I kind of agree, and I kind of like Hardline the most as the second tier, the second perk spot myself. The Striker is going to get a possible nerf. Now, what I would like to hear is what you guys think would be an appropriate nerf for the Striker. While I do think it's a powerful shotgun, I think all the other shotguns should be just as powerful in their own regard. Because the Striker is an effective weapon, but it's an annoying weapon because it does some of the best damage of any of the shotguns, and you can rapid fire the thing because it's semi-automatic. If anything, I would like them to take down its rate of fire. If it was my personal opinion, I think that the rate at which the shots come out is pretty insane. I think that alone might actually fix the issues a lot of people have with the Striker, because I don't think its damage is an issue. I think its damage is actually appropriate, and its range is actually appropriate for a shotgun. It's just the fact that it's better than every other shotgun. The other thing he mentioned was that shotguns in general could get a possible buff. So I don't know if this means that we're going to return back to the days of which shotguns were effective in Modern Warfare 2. But if you guys remember, the SPAWNS was good in Modern Warfare 2, but it was kind of like a specialist weapon. Only certain people could be extremely effective just using something like the SPAWNS. And you didn't see it all the time. Like, you'd get killed by a SPAWNS player probably one out of every 3 or 4 games if you're playing on a public playlist. So I'd be down for them making shotguns as effective as they were in Modern Warfare 2, because getting into close quarters fights when you have such little health doesn't in fact happen all too often, unless you're a player that is specifically going for things like that. They then mentioned that the FMG9s could possibly get another nerf. I would be totally down for this, because the FMG9s, if you guys have noticed the last couple of videos I put out, I was testing them to see the changes they'd made during those videos. And I was using Steady Aim Pro, so I had increased hipfire accuracy, and a lot of people were saying that these were the post-patch, these were the pre-patch FMGs, and they actually weren't. They were the post-patch ones, so they were just as effective as before. And I think the damage might need to be dropped on these things. I think that's what the biggest issue is that the damage output for the rate of fire and the amount of bullets that you're hosing out of that gun is way too high. If anything, I think secondaries should be equivalent to. I think the Scorpions are pretty good. I think I think it's the MP9 is the other Akimbo one. Those are pretty balanced. The Scorpions don't have that huge of a clip, which makes it balanced, even though they can be somewhat accurate from a distance. So I would be totally happy, because I see a lot of people running their primary of Akimbo FMG9s, and the few times I have used it, I'm actually upset the fact that they haven't nerfed it more. The Type 95 is also getting another possible nerf, and I still see entire teams of Type 95 people running around. And it still bugs me. It still bugs me that these people can hipfire, burst people from close range, and get a kill out of it with a 3-burst weapon. So I think the biggest thing the Type 95 needs to adjust is either its rate of fire. It shoots way too many rounds way too fast when you put rapid fire on it. Either remove rapid fire, or I'd like them to add to make it do a little bit less damage. I think the 2-shot kill from up close is a little unfair, considering it makes it more effective than shotguns up close, because It's hard to get a one-shot kill with shotguns. I'd honestly say that only about 75% of the time, like 1 out of every 4 people you shoot up close with a shotgun will randomly just not die, and you don't understand why they couldn't have died from a shotgun blast up close. So I'm down with the Type 95 getting a little bit of a nerf. I think the M16 should get a buff. I think that gun deserves to get something a little bit better. If the Type 95 would be effective up close, then you should buff the M16 at its long-range damage, because the M16 has decent range, but it still will take 2 to 3 bursts at times to put a guy down from range, and that's 9 bullets, so just some stuff to think about. I'm pretty happy that they're addressing these issues, and the fact that Modern Warfare 3 is turning out to be a more balanced game has me a lot happier. Now, in the next episode of Modern Warfare 3 The Online Warrior, we're going to talk about one of the biggest issues to the game, and one that they're actively addressing and have recently addressed in a patch, and it's the spawning. The spawning recently got a patch, and there's been quite a few games I've had to go through, see how it's changed, and for one, I can tell you it's much different. So hopefully we'll be able to go into more detail about that in the next episode of Modern Warfare 3 The Online Warrior. But until next time, thank you guys very much for watching the video. This has been Maximilian, signing out.